This is Rohini Baba from Chandigarh Polytechnic College. Today we are going to discuss the frequency modulation in detail. So here I am going to share a screen with you all. It will be helpful in your further studies. So what is frequency modulation? We already discussed in our previous lectures. What is a frequency modulation? It is the instantaneous value of an information signal controls the frequency of a carrier wave. So we already know that the frequency modulation, in a frequency modulation, the instantaneous value of the information signal controls the frequency of a carrier wave. Here, the figure shows that the diagram of a FM, that is frequency modulation. So it is your information signal, it's in form of sine wave, or we can say it's an audio, electrical, like that, any signals. The unmodulated carrier, that is, it's a high frequency signal, and a modulated one, that is in your form of frequency modulated signal. Here you can see that where the frequency is high, sometimes the frequency is low. This is the modulated signal. So the frequency Fi of the information signal controls the rate at which the carrier frequency increases and decreases. As with the AM, Fi must be less than Fc, and the amplitude of the carrier remains constant throughout this process. So the maximum change in the frequency that occur to carrier from its base value Fc is called the frequency deviation. It's very important definition which will be asked in your 1 mark questions in your examinations, in your final exams also. So what is frequency deviation and what is its symbol? So the maximum change in frequency that can occur to the carrier from its base value Fc is called the frequency deviation, and its symbol is delta Fc. This is the dynamic range of the transmission. Now, the question arises, what is the dynamic range? It is the ratio of largest and smallest analog information signals that can be transmitted over a distance. If the same system were used and the amplitude of the information signal decreased to 1 volt, then how would this affect the resulting FM signal? Describe the changes in the space below, including any relevant calculations. So the solution will be like that. The FM carrier will change the frequency from 400 kilohertz to 425 to 400, again to back to 375 kilohertz and back to 400 kilohertz. It's 3000 times per second. It's because the frequency deviation del Fc is equal to 1 into 25 kilohertz, that is 25 kilohertz. The amplitude of the carrier will remain fixed at 5 volt. Now, what is the modulation index? It's also very important, and this formula and definition will be asked in your exams. All the FM transmissions are governed by a modulation index, that is beta, which controls the dynamic range of information being carried in the transmission. The modulation index beta is the ratio of frequency deviation, that is del Fc, to the maximum information frequency Fi. That is, so beta is equal to del Fc divided by Fi. The diagram shows examples of how a modulation index affects the FM output of a simple sinusoidal information of a fixed frequency. The carrier signal has a frequency of 10 times that of the information signal. Here in the screen, you are able to see the information signal. This is your information. First one is, and the second one is your unmodulated carrier, which is a high frequency signal, and the third figure shows the frequency modulated with the carrier when the modulation index is 3. Now, how we can determine the bandwidth of a FM radio? So FM radio uses a modulation index, that is beta is greater than 1, and it is called a wideband. As its name suggests, the bandwidth is much larger than a AM. In national radio broadcast using FM, the frequency deviation of a carrier, that is del Fc, is chosen to be 75 kilohertz, and the information baseband is high fidelity range 20 hertz to 15 kilohertz. Thus, the modulation index beta is 5, that is 75 kilohertz to 15 kilohertz. And Such a broadcast requires an FM signal bandwidth that is given by 2 del fc plus fi, that is 2 into 75 plus 15, that is 180 kilohertz. If now taking example, if beta is less than 1, then how the spectrum looks like? The spectrum will looks like this: fc minus fi into fc and fc plus fi. It can be seen that there are only two significant sidebands, and thus the spectrum looks like similar to an AM carrier. Now next case, if beta is again less than 1, then what would happen? And then how the spectrum looks like in this case. So the spectrum in above case, that the number of significant sidebands has increased to 4, that is fc minus 2 fi, fc minus fi, fc plus fi, and fc plus 2 fi, like that. And if beta is 3, greater than 3 or less than 3, then how the spectrum looks like? Then the spectrum, we can see the number of significant bands or side bands has increased to 8. In last one, it was decreased for 4, and now for when the beta is 3, then it was increased to 8. We have some points to remember, some additional points we can say. An FM transmission is a constant power wave regardless of the information signal or modulation index beta, because it is operated at a constant amplitude with a symmetrical changes in frequency. As the beta increases, the relative amplitude of the carrier component decreases and may become much smaller than the amplitudes of the individual sidebands. The effect of this is that a much greater proportion of the transmitted power is in sidebands rather than the carrier, which is more efficient than AM. So this is a advantage of using a FM that is more efficient. Some examples of information transmitted using the FM, that is mobile phone. It's a day-to-day example. So some mobile phone companies are using FM with a very low modulation index, that is beta is less than 1. Sorry, beta is greater than 1. So if is known, this is known as a narrow bandwidth FM, and mobile phone companies use this because it offers many of the advantages of FM with a minimum bandwidth requirement. So television sound is a second example. So in a terrestrial TV broadcast, the video information is transmitted among using AM, as we saw that during the previous section already. This is to make the most effective use of bandwidth available. However, the sound information is transmitted using FM in order to reduce a possible interference between the video and sound signal. Therefore, the bandwidth of the signal requires over TV sound is something like that, 20 Hz to 15 kHz. If you have any queries, then you can ask me on.